Samantha had always been drawn to mysteries. As a young journalist, she had made a name for herself by investigating some of the most bizarre and unexplained phenomena in the country. But when she heard about a series of mysterious disappearances in a small town on the outskirts of the city, she knew that this was the story she had been waiting for. Samantha arrived in the town of Pineville just as the sun was setting, and as she drove through the quiet streets, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The town was small, with just a handful of shops and houses, and everyone seemed to know each other's business. But as Samantha began to dig deeper, she realized that the town itself may be hiding a sinister secret. The first disappearance had occurred just over a year ago. A young woman named Emily had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. But as Samantha began to interview the locals, she discovered that Emily was not the only one to have disappeared. Over the past year, there had been a series of disappearances in Pineville, each one more mysterious than the last. The locals whispered of strange happenings in the woods at night, and of a shadowy figure that seemed to lurk in the shadows. Samantha knew that she had stumbled onto something big, and she worked tirelessly to uncover the truth. She spent hours poring over police reports and speaking to the families of the missing, trying to piece together a pattern. As she delved deeper into the mystery, Samantha began to realize that the disappearances may be connected to an ancient legend that had been passed down through the generations. According to the legend, a group of settlers had founded Pineville over 2 centuries ago, and they had made a deal with a mysterious figure who lived deep in the woods. In exchange for their prosperity, the settlers had agreed to sacrifice one of their own every year. At first, Samantha dismissed the legend as nothing more than a superstition, but as she continued to investigate, she began to uncover evidence that suggested that the legend may be true. She discovered secret meeting places deep in the woods, and she found strange symbols etched into the bark of the trees. In the end, Samantha knew that she had to act quickly if she wanted to uncover the truth. She staked out the woods at night, armed with a camera and a sense of determination. And as the sun began to rise, she captured something that would change Pineville forever. In the photo, Samantha could see a group of hooded figures gathered around a bonfire, their faces obscured by shadows. And in the center of the circle, she could see the outline of a young woman, her hands bound behind her back. Samantha's story made headlines across the country, and the town of Pineville was thrust into the spotlight. The local authorities were forced to investigate, and they uncovered a network of corruption and deceit that had been hidden in plain sight for years. In the end, Samantha's investigation had uncovered a truth that was stranger than fiction. And as she drove away from Pineville, she knew that she had uncovered a story that would haunt her for years.